Hello? Welcome! Get ready to improve your English with texts from a 1 to C2. Each level will challenge you a little more and help you build your vocabulary, grammar, and comprehension skills.
Architecture, A1 level. Architecture is the art and science of designing buildings. Architects create houses, schools, offices, and bridges. People need buildings to live and work in. Architecture is important in every city. Architects draw plans before construction begins. They think about safety and comfort. Buildings can have different shapes and sizes. Some buildings are very modern, others are old and historic. Many cities have famous buildings. Architects use computers to design projects. They work with engineers and builders. Good architecture makes cities more beautiful. It also improves people's lives. Some buildings are made of brick. Others are made of glass, steel, or concrete. Architecture changes over time. New technologies help architects create better buildings. Many people study architecture at university. Architecture combines creativity and practical skills. Architecture, A2 level. Architecture is the art and science of designing buildings and other structures. It plays an important role in modern society because people spend much of their lives in buildings. Architects design houses, schools, hospitals, offices, museums, and many other types of buildings. Before construction begins, architects create detailed plans and drawings. They must consider safety, functionality, and appearance. A well-designed building should be comfortable and practical for its users. Architecture has existed for thousands of years. Ancient civilizations built impressive temples, palaces, and monuments. Many of these structures can still be seen today. Different cultures have developed unique architectural styles. For example, Gothic cathedrals, Roman buildings, and modern skyscrapers all have distinctive features. Modern architects often use advanced computer software to create their designs. They also work closely with engineers and construction teams. Today, many architects focus on sustainable design. They try to create buildings that use less energy and have less impact on the environment. Green buildings often include solar panels, efficient lighting, and natural ventilation systems. Architecture influences the way people live, work, and interact with each other. Beautiful and functional buildings can improve the quality of life in a community. For this reason, architecture is considered both a technical profession and an art form. It combines creativity, engineering knowledge, and problem-solving skills. Architecture, B1 level. Architecture is a discipline that combines art, engineering, and technology to design and construct buildings and other physical structures. It influences the way people live, work, and interact with their surroundings. Throughout history, architecture has reflected the cultural, social, and technological achievements of different civilizations. Architects are responsible for creating buildings that are not only visually appealing, but also safe, functional, and efficient. Before construction begins, they develop detailed plans and models that consider factors such as space, materials, environmental conditions, and the needs of future users. Successful architectural design requires both creativity and technical knowledge. Architecture has evolved significantly over time. Ancient civilizations built remarkable structures such as temples, palaces, and monuments that continue to inspire architects today. Greek and Roman architecture introduced important design principles that influenced many later styles. During the Middle Ages, Gothic cathedrals demonstrated advanced engineering techniques and artistic expression. In modern times, architects have developed innovative forms and construction methods using new materials such as steel, reinforced concrete, and glass. Modern architecture often focuses on sustainability and environmental responsibility. Architects increasingly design buildings that reduce energy consumption, conserve natural resources, and minimize environmental impact. Features such as solar panels, green roofs, natural lighting, and efficient insulation have become common elements in contemporary construction projects. Technology plays a crucial role in architectural design. Advanced computer software allows architects who create detailed three-dimensional models and test different design solutions before construction begins. Digital tools improve accuracy, reduce costs, and help architects collaborate more effectively with engineers and construction teams. Architecture affects both individual lives and entire communities. Well-designed buildings can improve comfort, productivity, and quality of life. Public spaces such as parks, libraries, museums, and transportation hubs contribute to social interaction and cultural development. As cities continue to grow, architects face the challenge of creating urban environments that are functional, sustainable, and attractive. In conclusion, architecture is much more than the construction of buildings. It is a field that combines artistic vision with scientific knowledge to shape the spaces where people live and work. Through innovation, creativity, and careful planning, architecture continues to play a vital role in the development of modern society. Architecture B2 Architecture is a multidisciplinary field that combines artistic creativity, engineering principles, and technological innovation to design and construct buildings and urban environments. It plays a fundamental role in shaping human experiences by influencing how people live, work, interact, and perceive the spaces around them. Beyond its practical function, architecture serves as a reflection of cultural values, historical developments, and societal aspirations. Throughout history, architecture has evolved in response to changing social, economic, and technological conditions. Ancient civilizations such as Egypt, Greece, and Rome produced monumental structures that demonstrated advanced construction techniques and expressed political and religious power. Later architectural movements, including Gothic, Renaissance, Baroque, and Modernism, introduced new design philosophies that transformed the built environment and influenced generations of architects. The architectural design process involves a careful balance between aesthetics, functionality, and structural performance. Architects must consider numerous factors, including spatial organization, material selection, environmental conditions, building regulations, and user requirements. Successful architecture not only meets practical needs but also creates meaningful and inspiring spaces that enhance human well-being. Technological advancements have significantly transformed contemporary architectural practice. Computer-aided design CAD, building information modeling BIM, virtual reality, and advanced simulation software enable architects to visualize, analyze, and optimize their designs with remarkable precision. These tools improve collaboration between architects, engineers, contractors, and clients throughout the construction process. Sustainability has become one of the most important priorities in modern architecture. As concerns about climate change and resource consumption continue to grow, architects are increasingly focused on designing environmentally responsible buildings. Sustainable architecture aims to reduce energy use, minimize waste, and improve environmental performance through strategies such as passive heating and cooling, renewable energy systems, efficient water management, and the use of sustainable materials. Urbanization presents another major challenge for contemporary architects. Rapid population growth in cities requires innovative solutions for housing, transportation, public spaces, and infrastructure. Architects and urban planners work together to create environments that are both functional and livable while addressing issues such as population density, mobility, environmental sustainability, and social inclusion. Architecture also contributes significantly to cultural identity and heritage preservation. Historic buildings and landmarks provide a tangible connection to the past and help communities maintain a sense of continuity and belonging. Consequently, the restoration and conservation of architectural heritage have become important aspects of professional practice in many countries. In the modern world, architecture extends far beyond the construction of individual buildings. It encompasses the design of entire urban systems, public spaces, and sustainable communities. By integrating artistic vision, technical expertise, and environmental responsibility, architecture continues to shape the physical and cultural landscape of society. Ultimately, architecture represents a dynamic interaction between people, technology, and the environment. It is both a practical profession and a form of cultural expression that influences the quality of life on both individual and societal levels. As global challenges become increasingly complex, architecture will remain essential in creating innovative, resilient, and sustainable spaces for future generations. Architecture, C1 level. Architecture is a complex and multifaceted discipline that integrates artistic expression, engineering expertise, technological innovation, and social responsibility. It is concerned not only with the design and construction of buildings, but also with the creation of environments that influence human behavior, cultural identity, and quality of life. As both an art and a science, architecture shapes the physical framework within which societies function and evolve. Throughout history, architecture has served as a reflection of cultural values, political systems, religious beliefs, and technological achievements. Monumental structures such as temples, cathedrals, palaces, and civic buildings reveal how different civilizations understood power, beauty, and human purpose. Architectural styles have continuously evolved in response to changing social conditions, economic realities, and advancements in construction techniques. Consequently, the built environment provides a valuable record of human development across time. The architectural design process requires the careful integration of numerous factors. Architects must balance aesthetic considerations with structural integrity, functionality, environmental performance, economic constraints, and regulatory requirements. Every design decision affects how individuals experience and interact with a space. Therefore, successful architecture extends beyond visual appeal and seeks to create environments that are efficient, accessible, sustainable, and meaningful. Technological progress has profoundly transformed contemporary architectural practice. Advanced digital tools, including building information modeling BIM, computational design systems, parametric modeling, virtual reality, and artificial intelligence, enable architects to analyze complex data and develop highly sophisticated solutions. These technologies enhance precision, facilitate interdisciplinary collaboration, and improve the overall efficiency of the design and construction process. One of the most significant challenges facing architecture today is environmental sustainability. The construction and operation of buildings account for a substantial proportion of global energy consumption and carbon emissions. As a result, architects increasingly adopt sustainable design principles aimed at reducing environmental impact. Strategies such as passive climate control, renewable energy integration, resource-efficient materials, and circular design approaches contribute to the creation of more resilient and environmentally responsible buildings. Architecture also plays a crucial role in urban development. As cities continue to expand and populations become increasingly concentrated in metropolitan areas, architects and urban planners must address issues related to housing, transportation, infrastructure, social equity, and environmental quality. Well-designed urban environments can promote economic vitality, social cohesion, public health, and cultural engagement, while poorly planned spaces may contribute to inequality and environmental degradation. Another important dimension of architecture is the preservation of cultural heritage. Historic buildings and urban landscapes embody collective memory and provide tangible connections to the past. Conservation and adaptive reuse projects seek to protect these valuable resources while allowing them to remain relevant within contemporary society. Such efforts require a delicate balance between respecting historical authenticity and accommodating modern needs. Contemporary architectural discourse increasingly emphasizes the human-centered nature of design. Architects are expected to consider not only physical requirements, but also psychological, social, and cultural factors that influence how people experience space. Concepts such as inclusivity, accessibility, well-being, and community engagement have become central to modern architectural practice. This broader perspective reflects the growing recognition that architecture profoundly affects everyday life. Ultimately, architecture is far more than the creation of physical structures. It is a dynamic discipline that mediates the relationship between people, technology, culture, and the environment. By shaping the spaces in which human activities occur, architecture influences both individual experiences and collective societal development. In an era characterized by rapid technological change, environmental challenges, and urban growth, architecture remains an essential field for addressing some of the most pressing issues facing humanity. Architecture, sea to level. Architecture is a profoundly interdisciplinary and intellectually demanding field that encompasses the conception, design, construction, and critical interpretation of the built environment. Far beyond the mere creation of buildings, architecture represents a complex synthesis of artistic vision, technological innovation, engineering expertise, environmental awareness, cultural expression, and social responsibility. As a discipline, it seeks to mediate the relationship between human beings and the spaces they inhabit, shaping not only physical surroundings, but also patterns of behavior, social interaction, and collective identity. Throughout human history, architecture has functioned as both a practical necessity and a powerful cultural artifact. The built environment reflects the values, aspirations, technological capabilities, and ideological frameworks of the societies that produce it. From the monumental pyramids of ancient Egypt to the intricate Gothic cathedrals of medieval Europe and the innovative skyscrapers of the contemporary era, architectural achievements provide tangible evidence of humanity's evolving understanding of space, form, and function. Consequently, architecture serves as a unique lens through which scholars can examine historical development, cultural transformation, and societal priorities. At its core, architectural practice involves the resolution of complex and often competing demands. Architects must reconcile aesthetic ambitions with structural requirements, environmental considerations, economic constraints, regulatory frameworks, and the diverse needs of building users. This process requires not only creative imagination, but also analytical reasoning and technical proficiency. Every architectural project represents a negotiation between vision and reality, where conceptual ideas must be translated into functional and durable physical structures. Theoretical discourse occupies a central position within contemporary architecture. Architectural theory explores fundamental questions concerning the nature of space, the meaning of form, the role of symbolism, and the social implications of design decisions. Influential movements such as modernism, postmodernism, deconstructivism, and critical regionalism have challenged conventional assumptions and expanded the intellectual boundaries of the discipline. These theoretical perspectives continue to influence how architects conceptualize their work and respond to the challenges of an increasingly complex world. Technological advancement has profoundly transformed architectural practice during the 21st century. Computational design, parametric modeling, building information modeling BIM, artificial intelligence, digital fabrication, and immersive visualization technologies have expanded the possibilities of architectural creation. These innovations enable architects to analyze vast quantities of data, optimize building performance, simulate environmental conditions, and develop forms that would have been impossible to realize using traditional methods. As a result, architecture is increasingly characterized by a convergence of digital intelligence and material construction. One of the defining challenges facing contemporary architecture is the pursuit of sustainability. The built environment is responsible for a significant proportion of global energy consumption, resource depletion, and greenhouse gas emissions. In response, architects are developing innovative strategies to reduce environmental impact and promote ecological resilience. Sustainable architecture emphasizes energy efficiency, renewable energy integration, circular material economies, climate-responsive design, and long-term adaptability. Rather than viewing sustainability as a technical requirement alone, many architects regard it as an ethical imperative that shapes every stage of the design process. Architecture also plays a crucial role in addressing broader societal issues. Rapid urbanization, demographic change, economic inequality, migration, and public health concerns have intensified the need for thoughtful and inclusive design solutions. Architects are increasingly engaged in creating affordable housing, resilient infrastructure, accessible public spaces, and community-oriented environments that promote social cohesion and human well-being. In this context, architecture becomes a vehicle for social transformation rather than merely a means of physical construction. The preservation of architectural heritage constitutes another significant dimension of the discipline. Historic buildings and cultural landscapes embody collective memory, cultural identity, and accumulated knowledge from previous generations. Conservation efforts seek not only to protect these resources from deterioration, but also to ensure their continued relevance within contemporary society. Balancing preservation with modernization requires sophisticated approaches that respect historical authenticity while accommodating evolving functional requirements. In the contemporary era, architecture is increasingly understood as a dynamic system rather than a collection of isolated objects. Buildings interact with ecological systems, technological networks, economic processes, and social structures in complex and interconnected ways. This systemic perspective encourages architects to consider the broader consequences of their decisions and to design environments that are adaptable, resilient, and responsive to future uncertainties. Ultimately, architecture represents one of humanity's most significant cultural and intellectual achievements. It transforms abstract ideas into tangible realities, giving physical form to human aspirations, values, and collective ambitions. By shaping the environments in which people live, work, learn, and interact, architecture profoundly influences individual experiences and societal development. In an age characterized by unprecedented technological innovation, environmental challenges, and global interconnectedness, architecture remains indispensable for imagining and constructing a more sustainable, equitable, and meaningful future.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and stay tuned for the next lesson. Keep practicing and improve your English step by step.